What's up, Aries? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Alright, guys. So, I feel like the past few months has been just crazy for me. So many life changes. For those who follow me on Instagram, you probably know a little bit more about what I've been going through. But, guys, starting in December, I have made drastic changes to how I run things because it got to the point where if I wasn't putting out at least like 200 personal readings a week, then I was behind. And it was just too much for me to do. I wasn't able to focus on YouTube. I wasn't able to focus on family. I was canceling on friends left and right. So I just couldn't live like that anymore, because if I'm going to be working from home, I want it to be more of a, financial freedom sort of way where we can kind of do what we want when we want, not having to sit in front of a computer for, 12 hours a day. So it just wasn't, healthy for me. And mentally, it just really fucked me up, guys, to the point where I just took 2-3 weeks and I just fell back, and I'm just like, look, I cannot work. I'm going through something so heavy right now. I cannot handle this. I cannot handle people right now. I'm not in a good place. So starting in December, huge changes with personal readings. For anyone who is interested in one, just to let you know, everything will be very, very limited in regards to how you can reach me now. So I'm only going to be taking 3 personal readings a day, and when you go to my website, you'll be able to select the day, so you're getting your reading that day. It will come in a pre-recorded video, so you can watch it as many times as you want, and even if I don't send it at the time that you choose, because I just leave 3 slots open, you'll at least get it that day. But I'm just doing the slots so that I'm not taking on any more than 3 people. Now, I understand that there's going to be people who do need to reach me, and if things are all booked out, I do have emergency readings as well, 30-minute and an hour. Now, if you guys do purchase an emergency reading, it can come pre-recorded as well, or we can speak directly. Okay, so if you do purchase an emergency reading, you have the option to talk with me one-on-one through phone, through Skype, whatever works for you guys. Okay, but let's get into this. For anyone who likes how I do my readings and stuff like that, I do daily energies every day on Instagram. Okay, so you guys can always check that out, High Vibrations 44, and you can also purchase questions through there, and I send video responses. Okay, alright, so what is going on for the sign of Aries? I'm interested. I just found out that my Venus was an Aries. So that was pretty interesting, because just the way I look at myself, I'm like, I'm surprised I don't have fire somewhere. But I was only focusing on my sun, moon, and rising. So when I look further, I'm like, I do have it there. So Aries, what's up, gang, gang? Let's see what's going on, guys. So technically, since this is being recorded November 25th, it's going to be a past, present, and future from this point. Again, guys, I apologize for how I've been delayed like the last few months. I know a lot of people talk shit about it. I don't give a fuck. I have to get my shit right. So if you guys want good readings, you have to, understand I have to be in a good place. But starting in December, things will be way better. Again, because I'm limiting the work that I have to do in the week. Now, the energy that we have here, guys, is the Four of Pentacles. So with the Four of Pentacles, that's going to be a sense of guardedness that you can have towards something. It could be you tight with money or holding money back. And then we have the Princess of Swords in the Princess of Swords upright. So with this, the Page of Swords, having a very clear communication with someone about something, where with the Death card, there's going to be a huge change that comes in. Something new that comes in, and something old that has to kind of die out. Now, going into your past, guys, the first card that we have is the Seven of Pentacles. You planted your seed with the situation. You're waiting to see how things are going to work out. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So with this Queen of Pentacles, this is going to be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy, or it could be something that you're waiting on that could stabilize you financially. All right. With the Princess of Pentacles in the verse, I'm just going to say it for what it's usually known as, so Page of Pentacles in the verse. It's like there's something that you're waiting on, and you've been trying and trying and trying to get something off the ground, but it hasn't been coming in the way that you want it to. Okay. We have the Lover's card followed by the Strength card in the verse. So for some of you, straight up, even if this is not someone that you're intimate with, it could be a friend, it could be a family member. There's definitely a relationship where you feel forced or debilitated with it. Okay, where you're putting in a lot of effort, but it's like, is this something that deserves my effort at this point? And that's what you guys are thinking about. You have the Last Judgment here, Judgment card. So with the Judgment card here, you have to decide, is this good for me? Is this bad for me? Is this something that I want? All right, we have the King of Wands. So again, I love that despite all the shit that you guys have gone through in the past few months, you're in a place that you always carry yourself very strongly, even if there's something that's kind of holding you down. So you're still standing powerfully. And you have the King of Cups. There could be a very important Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio who was in your life at this time. Or maybe just something that you're doing in a powerful way where not only are you being either entrepreneurial or just, you know, really being proactive with something, but you're being charismatic. You're able to talk to people. You're very, very, you know, likable. So very good energies with that. But we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse here at the bottom now. Okay. So there's some sort of situation here where there could have been cheating, or there could have been something that is just not bringing out the best in you. Or maybe there's just a situation where you're good at what you're able to do or say that you can do, but you're not delivering. Okay, so it's like somebody that gets hired in a sales department and they have, you know, the potential to outsell everybody, to be the #1 seller, but they don't give a fuck. So they show up to work late. They're not, you know, putting in their best effort because they just don't care enough. Okay, or maybe something's just throwing them off where they can't. You guys have the 7 of Cups in the reverse, so you know this is a card about realization. Okay, seeing something for what it is, making a choice. Strength card in the reverse, you're seeing something for what it is, and it makes you feel debilitated. I feel like there's just something here, Aries, that doesn't suit you anymore. Page of Swords. And you have to have a very straight up conversation. Maybe it's with a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, or maybe that's just the form and what you speak, because the Page of Swords is my favorite communicator, because this is a no bullshit communicator. This is what it is. This is what we're doing. This is what I'm going to accept. This is what's not going to happen. So they're very, very straightforward. And you have the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles. So in your heart, you know that there's something that needs to be cut out of your life, something that you need to guard yourself from. In the present moment, you have the World card. All right. It's like things being, you're in a place where you know that there's a new chapter coming in. What is this, a 10 of Swords? Yeah. So you have the 10 of Swords in the reverse. What does this mean? That means there's a new chapter coming in. The worst that could have happened in this particular situation has happened. You're past it. You're over it. And you have the Empress card, a new beginning coming in for a lot of you. Now, I just did the Cancer reading. This is very similar to the Cancer reading. You guys do have the King of Cups here, so maybe some of you are dealing with that Cancer energy, but look at their reading if you are, because I feel like this kind of coincides a bit too. But there's something new that you're starting, and you know you have to move past something. Queen of Cups could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Next card that you have, and this is the center of your entire spread, guys. 9 of Wands in the reverse. You're just tired. You're battered up. You feel defeated with something. You just don't want to move forward with it anymore. We have the 6 of Cups, which is something from the past that we think about. And then we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. You give up on something, you walk away from it, guys, because with the Knight of Swords in the reverse, maybe this person had a reckless energy, maybe they brought out the worst in you, and you had a reckless energy. But when we see the Knight of Swords in the reverse, you know, it's a tough situation, because for the most part, we're usually dealing with someone who's highly intellectual, and they're just not using that intellect, okay? The last card for your present moment, the Sun card. So I just feel like things are coming to light, and I feel like you're going to have so much abundance coming in because of what you walked away from. You have the 2 of Wands. So there's a path here that you're very passionate about that I feel does become available to you. And we have the 6 of Wands. All right, victory. So you guys walked away from something. You knew it wasn't going to work for you. You knew there was a lot of hectic energies with it. And you have victory by walking away. You have success walking away. Your life has more blessings because you walked away. Your energy is the 6 of Swords in the reverse. So it wasn't easy to walk away. But you had to do it. Storm, be nice. You know you're not going to catch the cat. You know the cat is smarter than you. Come on. My cat will forever be the alpha in this home. Now, moving forward, guys, into the future, we have the Queen of Swords. So it could be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. That's going to be very important in your life. Or for a lot of you, because now we're just dealing with a lot of energies here, I feel like that's going to be the energy you're taking on, okay? Where the Queen of Swords, she's focused. She knows what's going to work for her. She knows what's not going to work for her or him, Okay, and they're going to make sure that they stay away from anything that's going to derail them or just be detrimental to their path. We have the King of Swords, Queen of Wands. You guys could have a super freaking strong energy here with a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. If it's not a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, you guys are focused. I don't know why I feel this, but it's not even something I've ever mentioned. Maybe some of you are dealing with something militaristic, okay, something military-wise, because the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, that could be strong military energy as well. But there's something here where not only are you guys going to remain in a very strong power, but with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, I feel like that's a fair power. And what I mean by that is that you're able to look at both sides of a situation and still be strong in your argument. I will never forget the day that one of my English teachers, he said, the worst argument you could ever make against something is when you're not acknowledging the other side. So, like, let's say people who are against gays or people who are, like, you know, in a cult-like sort of religion, they're so strong, they're like, no, this is what God wants, and they're all fucking crazy, and we're like, oh my God, you're fucking insane. And they're like, no, this is the best, and it's like, okay, it's the best, we get that, but do you know anything about our views? Do you know anything as to how we live? And usually they don't. It's something that comes out of ignorance, you know. So this is a situation where you guys have put a lot of thought. And this is going to be the sort of argument that you have against someone or something where it's like, you know what, yes, my opinion is great, but I understand that you were founded in this day, and, you know, in this year, and that you went through this, that, and the third, and you established this, and this worked for you, and this didn't work for you. And with all that being said, I still think that if you look at it in this way, and then, you know, you kind of make the other person think, and it's like, oh shit, they're throwing facts. That's why I'll never argue about something that I don't know a lot about both positions. I love to do my research before arguing with someone because I don't like to look stupid. So, moving past this, you have the Magician in reverse. For some of you, it's a situation where there's manipulation. For others of you, there's just something that you're not going to try to manifest anymore in your life. Five of Pentacles, so this is something that, you know, there's going to be someone who's feeling left out in the cold, cut out. It could be financial turbulation for some of you, but we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so there's just, if it's not a loss of money that some of you are going through, then this is going to be a situation that you no longer want to manifest, that you have to cut out because your heart's not fully there. Okay, and you're realizing that. You're realizing that someone was in your life for convenience. You're realizing that a job was in your life for convenience, and you're not about it anymore. Okay, we are not trees. We're not always meant to be rooted to the ground. So if something's not working for you, it's in your power to leave. You just have to leave. Okay. The last card here, we have the Page of Cups in the reverse. So there's just somebody here that either removes themselves from a situation where they're just not talking, not partaking in the situation anymore, or someone's just talking shit. They're saying all these sweet things, but it's not something that's going to stick. We have the Five of Cups and the Three of Cups in the reverse. Some people could be sad over a third-party situation in love. There could be something that makes you sad or another person sad, where you just have to remove yourself from a particular group of people or a situation. So I feel like you guys are just realizing that something was unconventional for you. For some of you, you're letting go of marriages. For others of you, you're just letting go of something that maybe at one point you thought it was for you, but you're realizing that you're not going to reach your highest potential with it in your life. All right, so Aries, do what you got to do. Don't let that shit stick around. All right, guys. Let's get you some cards of advice here. Now, for the signs that I was late on this month, those are going to be the signs that I start with next month. Like I said, guys, on my Instagram, I keep people posted on a daily basis, and I'm always having, like, my little rants and shit. So if you guys want to know, okay, what sign is she coming out with today? What is she doing today? Does she have any specials going? Can I ask her questions today? Check on my Instagram, okay? It's always there. Let me get 3 cards of advice for the sign of Aries. All right. Aries, this is you. Emperor in the reverse. And yeah, most of the time this can be someone who's being fake and dishonest. So, you know, it's definitely something that can have a negative connotation attached to it. But in this case, I feel like the person who's being hurt the most from this is you. Because you're being fake and dishonest to yourself. there's something in your life that you don't want. You don't want it there. You know you're not happy with it, okay? So let it go. And if you talk about letting go, for a lot of you, it's going to be water signs that you're letting go, okay? But when you have that conversation, you will heal from all of this, okay? You have the Five of Cups in the reverse, so any loss, sadness, anything that you're going through, it is going to subside. You are going to feel better. But it shows with the Nine of Cups and the Hermit card that you're going to be very, very happy, but it's with removing yourself from a situation. There's something that you guys are meant to do alone. Yeah, there's someone that's just irritating the fuck out of you guys. There's just something that's bringing out bad things in you. King of Wands in the reverse and Ace of Wands in the reverse. So maybe some of you played someone because you just weren't happy with them, or maybe they played you and you're not happy with them. But, yeah, something here is just not working out for you guys. That there's not going to be a victory with this, but with you letting this go, you're literally taking off. This is just causing you too much losses here. All right? So we have the Seven of Wands and we have the Chariot to stand your ground against what you don't want in your life anymore. And that you will excel and things will happen for you in a very quick way. And, you know, I'm constantly posting, like, quotes and shit. And the other day I posted one that said, you would be so surprised how quickly the universe moves for you when you decide, you know, what it is that you want. And it's so true, because there's been times in my life where I'm just like, shit, I don't know who I want, I don't know what I want, I don't know what direction I want to go in. And I was just in a constant standstill. And there's literally one day that I'm just like, okay, what am I doing with my life? And I made a vision board, and I put all my goals, and I put everything I wanted. And guys, my goals at the time were just fucking nuts. I'm just like, I don't know how the hell this is going to happen, but this is what I want. And something that my mother told me from a young age is, Lissette, you need to figure out a way to make good money, because you like the good life, you like traveling, you like, you know, to go out to the most expensive spots and order the steak there. So you really have to figure out how to make that happen, because I don't see you being a person that would be happy, you know, to live in like a poverty line sort of way. So I wrote down crazy goals, guys. I'm like, this is how much I want to make by the end of next year. My bank account was negative when I did that. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to make this much. And within 4 or 5 months, I had made more, you know. So it's just a matter of having to decide what you want and going for it. Guys, if there's a person that does not suit you, if there is a job that does not suit you, if there's anything in life that does not suit you, get the fuck over it and move past it. And I say that with love. And I'll be honest with you guys, one-on-one, the reason why I'm late with these readings this month is because I went through a breakup. And I don't want you guys to feel bad for me, because I feel zero pain, you know, in regards to this breakup. But it just got to the point where I just felt like I couldn't fucking breathe. And I'm just like, oh my God. And when this person started talking about the future and stuff like that, I'm just like, oh my God, I don't want a future with you. I don't. And it got to a point where shit just got really, really crazy. And then I just had one of my Taurus days where, you know, we'll deal with something for so long, and then we'll have that one moment where we have this like volcano explosive, like we just go off. And people look at us like we're crazy, because it's like, yo, I just spilled a little bit of juice. Are you really going to go this crazy off of juice? And what they didn't understand was it's not about the juice that was spilled, you know, metaphorically speaking. It wasn't about the juice. It was that this is something that I've been holding in for so long. So I didn't realize how much the relationship had affected me negatively. I was always behind on shit. I wasn't working as much. I just was not ambitious enough. I gained like 40 pounds. It was not good for me. It did not suit me. And when I had to let that go, I thought that I'd be able to get back to things like that, but I'm just like, shit, my energy in my home and just everything was so heavy, and it's like I had to clear that out. I had to clear that slate out, you know, so that's why I had to take some time to myself. So, guys, if I'm ever late, it's for a reason, okay? But like I said, High Vibrations 44 for my Instagram if you guys want to follow me there. On my website now, highvibrationswithliz.com. All this information is in the description below. You guys, again, book the reading on the day that you want it. That's the day you're going to get it. If there's nothing available as soon as you would like for it to be available, I do offer emergency readings. So I'm here for you guys, okay? Whatever it is that you need. And I did bump up the prices because the demand is definitely going to be much higher now that I'm only doing, you know, like 15 readings a week as opposed to like the 200-300 that I'd have to do at certain times. But yeah, I just want to focus more on this. So the prices just did go up just a bit, okay? So I love y'all. And what I was going to say is, because I did put the prices up, I did want something that everyone could access, because I know not everybody's able to drop a certain amount of money. So I am offering $15 questions as well. You could ask me anything that your heart desires. I'll send you a 2 to 3 minute video, so at least you guys could have something, okay? Because I know a lot of you trust in what I pull with these cards, and I really, really love you guys for that. So I love y'all. Take care.